Hey guys, this is Remy from My Couch and Your Couch discussing the hot topics of the week. This week we're going to discuss Monique again. If y'all do not know, Monique was on the Breakfast Club earlier this week. She is still very disappointed that Charlamagne the guy called her the donkey of the day. Now, the interview was for almost a whole hour, and I watched the interview and I heard everything she had to say, and I agree with some things that she is saying. And I also understand where Charlamagne the God is coming from. He feels like she's using the Me Too movement just to ride on the tail, as they say, to ride on the tail of it, to try to make it more about her than the actual movement itself. But she also made some really valid points. This is the thing with Monique. I still my personal opinion is that how she's going about it is still hurting her career. But the thing is that I do believe that her behavior is making it harder for her to get better offers. And I believe that she's just frustrated. I believe ever since Precious, like she said, for 8 years after Precious, she felt like, her career, her livelihood has been in jeopardy and it has been attacked over and over again. And she has basically been trying to fight to get herself back on the top. The thing about females, when females are difficult in the entertainment world, they do get blackballed. They kind of do get kind of ignored and they get kind of pushed over. When males are difficult in the entertainment business, you still see them. Harrison Ford has a reputation of being difficult, and we still see him in movies every single year. Bruce Willis has a reputation of being very difficult, and he has 3 movies coming out in the year of 2018. The guy named Jesse, can't think of his last name, but he played in the Now You Can See Me franchise movies, and he did a Facebook movie. He has a reputation of being very difficult to work with, but guess what? He still has movie projects, and you still see him every year. Christian Bale has a reputation of being difficult, and you still see him in movies every single year. The thing is that when a female decides to stand up for what she believes in or to be a little bit more stern, she gets the boot. And Monique is, basically saying, I'm not taking it no more. Y'all gonna pay me what I'm worth. One thing I do agree with Charlamagne the God, Amy Schumer is really not that funny. I don't think that she's that funny. But the thing is that she did sell out Madison Square Garden twice. She did the HBO special. Trainwreck was on a $35 million budget, but the movie made $140.2 million in the box office. So the thing is, she's able to bring money. She's able to pull people to the theaters. She had the HBO special that made a lot of money. She got nominated for Trainwreck. She got nominated for her special. Her TV show was even nominated. So we know that she's able to make money for whoever it is that she's working for. Dave Chappelle and Chris Rock also proved that they can make money too for selling out arenas the last couple of years. And Monique has only been doing, comedy clubs. She hasn't been doing arenas in the last couple of years. And so for some reason, Netflix says that's the reason why they don't want to, why they have not offered her as much as they offer Dave Chappelle or offer Chris Rock. But as always, we saw Viola Davis do an interview a week ago, but she says every time she goes into the room, she has to hustle for her worth. Viola Davis has been acting for over 30 years, and she's a really good actor, and her resume is really, really good, but she feels like she still has to hustle her worth. And, just like when people try to compare her to other, white actresses, she said that people will call her the Black Meryl Streep. Well, if she's a Black Meryl Streep, then you should be able to pay her what she's worth. And Monique made the same comment. She said that if you said that I'm, a legend like Dave Chappelle, you say I'm a legend like Chris Rock, then I should be getting similar to what they're getting. I should be getting what legends get. I should be getting close to the 20 mil. And even though the way Monique is behaving about it, I don't agree with, what they gave her was pretty sad, for someone that you call a legend. Like, oh, Monique, you're a legend. Here go $500,000. But if she was a legend, she should at least have gotten, even half of what y'all gave Amy. You could have gave her half of the 13. They didn't want to give her that. And I believe her husband, her manager, I feel like he did, I think that he made her too much of a diva than what she needs to be. I do feel like her head is too big for herself sometimes. I do feel like that she can be full of herself. But I also think that she's just a woman who's frustrated that, like she said, the last 8 years that her career, her livelihood has been in jeopardy. She's not getting as many offers as she should. The offers that she do get are really, really low. Because, Angelique on Breakfast Club, asked Monique, said, well, how come you don't just go to other places? And Monique said, I do go to other places. I have been to other places, and I have gotten other offers, and they were just as low as Netflix. So everyone's kind of, blackballing her, giving us really low offers. It's what you give people who don't have as many projects, and they're kind of financially kind of hurting, and I guess you come at them like, oh well, she'll take anything, she's hardly doing anything. She only done like 3 movies in the last 8 years, she'll take wherever we give her, and that's basically what they're doing. Like, hey, you'll take wherever we give you because that you're not working as much, and you need the money, and that's how they're coming at her, and how she's responding. It may not be the best, but she's frustrated, and I can relate to, like, you're trying to tell people that you're worth more than what you are, and people are kind of like, they're coming at you like they just don't care. They're coming at you like you're just not worth what you are, but really you are worth what you are. And and I understand that, I do. And I do understand how she feels about that. I do. I still think that she needs to come at it a better way, in a different way. She doesn't know how to do it right now because she's frustrated and she's upset. And she's just like, they say, she's mad and she's sick and tired. I don't think that, Oprah Winfrey and Lee Daniels and Tyler Perry per se actually blackball her. I think the way that she responded to them probably got her own stuff kind of blackballed, because then she got the reputation of being difficult to work with. And the females, they just can't get that. When females get the reputation of being difficult, they kind of get pushed to the side, and you're going to see them like every couple of years. Like Kathleen Heigl, who played on Grey's Anatomy, when she had a reputation of being difficult to work with, 2-3 years went by before we saw her in the movie. A couple years went by. Other actors like Evan Rachel Woods, when they have a reputation of being difficult, then a couple years go by, we don't see them, and then someone gives them a second chance, as always, and even that second chance may not be financially that well. It might have been something real low, but because now your reputation is so rocky that you may have to take a pay that you don't want in order to be able to rebuild your reputation. And that might happen with Monique. Like, it may not be with Netflix, it may be with somebody else. That she may get something that's kind of low, even for her standards, but she may have to take that in order to rebuild her reputation, or just do it herself. Film your own comedy special. Start a comedy tour. Film a couple of them, couple of those shows, and and try to produce it yourself and get it out there, or may have to take a low pay to order to repair your reputation and move yourself back up. I think she's a very gifted person. I think that the last 8 years and how she chose to handle her fought out with really big people. And this is the thing, when people are gonna talk about you no matter what. I don't care who you are, people are gonna talk about you. But when people who can carry the weight, like, you got big time directors talking about you, it's not like just some dude next door that ain't got a reputation that nobody knows. When you got someone like Lee Daniels and Tyler Perry and Bill Packer and Oprah Winfrey saying that you're a little bit difficult to deal with or handle, what they say, their words carry more weight. They're not some, some dude next door that no one knows, and he says, "Oh, she's difficult to work with." But who are you? She bumped head with people. She bumped heads with people who carry weight in Hollywood, which is not good when you're just by yourself trying to fight against all these people who are way more powerful than you in the entertainment business. And she's learning the hard way. She really is like, hey, and I applaud her for standing up for herself. There's nothing wrong with standing up for yourself. There's nothing wrong with saying when enough is enough. I applaud her for it. But how she's doing it is probably not helping her. And I don't know how she's going to repair her career. Because I said she's a very gifted person. I just don't know how she's going to be able to come back from it. Because it's just keep going down, it just keep getting worse. Sometimes you turn on the TV, it's like, oh, Monique again. And it's just like it's just like a ball just rolling slowly down the hill, and it's just I don't know how she's gonna recover from this. I believe that she probably can recover from this. I just don't know when or how she's going to. And I think her husband also needs to slow his roll down a little bit too. Like, yes, she's a legend. Yes, she's really good at what she does. But the last 8 years, she's only done like 4 projects. That should let you know she's not working as much. Y'all both need to kind of like maybe it's me, maybe it's not them. Or, her and the husband going to have to sit down like, hey, we got to find a way to repair your image, your career. And you stop, and stop losing every opportunity that you probably can get. What Netflix offered her was low. I do agree with that. That's not something you give somebody who's been acting for a mighty long, who's been in the game as long as Monique has been in the game. That's something you give to a brand new person who's new to the game, who only been out here for like 5 years. You give them $500,000. You don't give Monique $500,000. You give her a little bit more. Maybe you won't give her as much as Amy because Amy sold out Madison Square Garden. Trainwreck made $140 million. She got nominated for Trainwreck. She got nominated for her comedy specials. Maybe you won't give her $13 million. But you at least could have gave her half of $13 million. $500,000 is an insult for her. That I do agree with. The way she's going about it, it's not good for her, but the $500,000 was a really low offer to give someone with her resume. Her resume still is good. It still can speak for itself. And that was a slap in the face. How she chose to go about it did not favor her well, but I do understand where she's coming from. I feel her pain. I agree with that. I agree that what they did was a little bit too low. I just wish that her and her husband, her manager, could have thought of a better way to approach it. I also feel like her husband needs to stop being her manager because he's too close to it. He doesn't know how to, separate or differentiate between your wife and your client. Your client has only done about 4 projects in the last 9 years. That's not good for somebody in this type of line of work. If you're an actor who's only doing like 1 movie every 3 years and you're trying to do more and you can't get them, that should make you reevaluate how you are selling yourself. And I think that, that's my wife, the mother of my children. Yeah, she's the mother of your children. She is your wife. But you need to look at her as a client and say, hey, we need to reevaluate how we are doing this because you're losing more work than you're actually gaining. So he needs to maybe step aside and get a new manager that's not, not biased like he is. I think she needs a new manager. I think her husband just needs to be her husband. And I think she needs a new manager. I think that how he does things is not helping her. I think because he he fills her head up, and he amps her up more than what she is. Her head gets too big, and she comes out the gate like one of these raging divas, like a raging diva, and that's not working for her because she's not getting hardly any projects. So if it's not working for you, then you need to reevaluate. And her pride won't let her reevaluate. That's the problem. And, and this is why she's like at the tail end of things. Amy Schumer is not that funny. She's not funny at all to me. But hey, she has a fan base out there that think that she's funny. And that's all that matters. Like, I have friends who don't like Kevin Hart. But Kevin Hart can sell tickets. So even though you say, oh, I don't think Kevin is funny, it doesn't matter because Kevin's able to sell tickets. Kevin's able to sell arenas. There are people, I have friends who don't like Kevin Hart. I am a Kevin Hart fan. But I have friends who don't like him. And even Chris Rock comedy special, Tambourine, wasn't even that funny. His older stuff is funnier than the stuff that he just did in this new special. But because he was selling out tickets before Netflix came to him is why Netflix gave him so much. And also because HBO was about to do a contract with him, and Netflix stole Chris Rock from HBO. And Tambourine is really not even that funny compared to his older stuff. His older stuff is 10 times better than Tambourine. But the thing is, he was still selling out tickets. And I truly believe that Monique can sell out arenas too if she decides to do it. I believe that she can do it, especially with all this, controversy behind her name. People will probably be glad to see what she has to say, whatever jokes that she makes. Because she's going to make jokes about Oprah and Lee and Tyler Perry and Bill Packard and Netflix and stuff like that. So that she's probably going to be dogging them a little bit in the comedy special. So she'll probably will sell tickets very easily if she decides to, go to Madison Square Garden or Apollo or any other arena that's out there. She'll probably be able to sell out the tickets. I truly believe that if she just focus on her and just go and just do like a small little tour and just, sell out some arenas, I believe that she can actually do it. Especially after all the stuff that's going on the last, 5 months. I most definitely believe that she can do it. If she just do that and just prove them wrong, set out a couple arenas, and then maybe people will come, HBO, Netflix, or whatever, will come, back to her around. But she has to prepare herself, and she has to take her pride and put it to the side, and she needs to have her husband be her husband and get a manager who's not biased. And I think that if they get a brand new set of eyes, a brand new person, I think that they can repair her career where by 2019, 2020, she probably would be on Netflix or HBO or any other, service that's out there. I believe that she just needs to repair her reputation. I think she needs to just do what she needs to do. Just prove people wrong. Just do what you have to do and just move forward. I understand she's upset and she's hell-bent on, bringing everybody down that she can bring down because she felt like who hurt her career. But, this revenge, 2.0 that she's got going on that's not helping her career at all. Now, my second topic I'm going to do is on NYU. NYU, about 3 to 4 days ago, got in trouble in the news, if anyone paid attention, that they did a Black History Month menu. And the menu include, barbecue ribs, cornbread, mac and cheese, collard greens, and I think red Kool-Aid and watermelon flavored water. As a black person, I actually hate watermelon. I can't even stand watermelon. I definitely would want watermelon flavored water. They should have put like grape soda or grape Kool-Aid or something like that. And I almost don't even know what to even say about that. The head cook said that he talked to all the black employees and they said, yeah, let's do it. Which makes me wonder, were the black employees not, is it that they didn't like the boss and they're like, hey, if you agree to this, most likely they'll get them fired? Or they really thought that wouldn't have not been an issue for some people. You know, let's be honest, it's 2018. You go to Popeyes or KFC, it's just as many white folks in KFC and Popeyes as it is black people. You know, fried chicken is, everyone likes fried chicken. And I live in the South. White folks definitely like fried chicken. Macaroni and cheese and cornbread and barbecue. Matter of fact, every barbecue restaurant down here is owned by a white man. White folks like barbecue in the South. But this is New York, where it's a whole new different environment. And maybe, you know, the black people up there didn't think that was funny. They didn't think that, you know, they didn't feel like you were trying to honor them, or they didn't think it was funny. I, per se, you know, I think it's just stupid that you wanted to do a Black History Month menu instead of just adding new stuff to the menu and just call it, and you didn't have to even call it Black History Month menu. You just could have added new stuff to the menu and called it today. But you had to call it Black History Menu, and you had to say, you know, red Kool-Aid and barbecue ribs and cornbread and mac and cheese. As if black folks, the only folks that eat that, you know, white people eat macaroni and cheese just as much as black folks. So you know, so some people were offended. Also, there's so much crap going on in this country right now that we can be way more offended about. There's a whole lot more deeper issues that are going on with race issues that we're spending all of our energy and time on, you know, some stupid guy and the black employees who say, hey, let's make a Black History, you know, menu, and people are all talking about it, and they're upset and they're outraged and they're irritated about it. And the funny part is most black students on the campus, you know, some were irritated. Some just didn't care. That's the honest truth. Like, some of the black students, like, if you read the articles, the Twitter, black students were treating like, some of them just didn't care. Me, I just thought, like, it's okay, whatever, you know. I don't know what they were thinking. I guess they thought it would be fun. I guess the guy who lost his job found it not fun. You know, there's way more things that were way worse that happened in the last 6-7 months that people have been outraged by. Like, how about, you know, the basketball team and was it Chicago or I can't remember. It was a basketball team about 5-6 months ago, but the coach, it was an all-white basketball team, and the white kids had, you know, racial slurs on the back of their jersey. Like, you know, that's more outraged than, you know, these, you know, whatever. I don't want to call them idiots, but that's, I mean, I was more outraged about the basketball jerseys that happened about 6 months ago than you talking about some Black History menu. Black History menu. Barbecue ribs with some cornbread and mac and cheese and collard greens. You know what I'm saying? It's not enough to, you know, to make me boiling red hot. It is stupid on their part. And that's why, you know, that's why, you know, some people lost their jobs. It is idiotic. It was stupid. It's dumb. It's not even funny. It's not even really that sad. My 2 cents on it was, y'all can't think of nothing else better to do. I guess that's mainly my 2 cents about it. You can think of nothing else better to do. You just thought that it was, you know, worth your time to do that. You knew half the campus was going to be outraged by it. I don't know why you thought that the whole entire campus was going to back you up on it. It was just, you know, some people just need to give things some thought. You know, you give things some thought, so we can avoid half the things that happen in this country if you just sit down and give yourself like 3 minutes to think about it. If that head cook would have gave himself 2 minutes to think about it, he would understand that it wasn't even worth all the hassle and the time of doing it. But he did it anyway. And now he doesn't have a job. Now he doesn't have a job. You know, and they only fired 2 people. It's like, oh, we're going to retrain the employees. I think all the black employees who he said that told him that was a great idea, maybe they should have gotten the boot right along with him. They probably did it on purpose because they probably didn't like him. They probably wanted him to get fired. They probably knew that if he did that, that he was going to lose his job. So a part of me feel like it was a setup. Like the black employees, they had to know. They had to know. I promise you, if I worked at a restaurant right now and me and my other black coworkers, and I had a white boss who said Black History Month menu, and he said that they came up with it. And if he had any common sense whatsoever, if he had a brain at all between those two ears of his, he would have known that that was going to cause him more harm than, than not. So he was dumb enough for listening to his black employees for telling him to do it. And the black employees, even if you did it to get him fired, people are still going to look at you like you dumb because you were the black employee that worked at the cafeteria who agreed and said it was a good idea. This is my thing about me. I would never, ever do anything to make my race look bad at all. So if someone comes to me with an idea that I know that's going to make my race look bad, I'm going to say no. Even if I hate the boss, even if I can't stand my boss, I am not going to volunteer to do something that's going to make my race look bad. I would never help anyone to make my race look bad. I've always been that kind of person. I would never help someone else do something to make my race look bad. I'm not one of those kind of people. I'm not going to do that. And so that's what they did. In my opinion, I'm more upset with the black employees than I am with the actual head cook, because he said, his black employees said it was okay to do. So I'm not even upset with him. I'm just like irritated by them. Like, why would you do that? Why would you? I guess this is the thing. This is the thing with the black community. Even if they was doing it to be funny, you want everybody else outside your race to take you seriously, but you don't even take your own self seriously. So you don't have respect for yourself. How do you expect for people outside of your culture, outside your race, outside your culture to take you seriously? So you want to be respected by everybody else, but you can't respect yourself. That's how I feel about that particular thing. Don't demand respect when you can't even respect your own self. You can't respect your own race. Don't demand other people to respect your race. That's my 2 cents on that. And that's all the topics I have for this week. I will see you next week. If y'all have any topics you want me to discuss, just hit my inbox. And if I think they're really good topics, then you may see them on my next video. So have a good one.